And a very pleasant good evening, volleyball fans. The NCAA and Western Washington University welcome you to WECU Court at Carver Gym for the 2022 NCAA Division II Volleyball West Regional. Tonight's first semifinal match features the designated visiting team, the number 8 seed from the Pac-West Conference, the Chaminade Silver Swords. Against tonight's designated home team, the number 4 seed from the California Collegiate Athletic Association, the Cal Poly Pomona Broncos. At this time, we ask you to please rise if you are able, and please remove your hats as we honor America with the performance of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? And now let's meet tonight's participating teams. First, the reserve players for our designated visiting team, the Chaminade Silver Swords. Number 2, Alexis Iramina. Number 3, Ellie Sacano. Number 12, Ajak Maulal. Number 13, Kabri Pea. Number 18, Kendall Rios. Number 19, Alexa Abari. And number 22, Kunoe Hula Mispika. And now let's meet the starters for the Silver Swords. Starting at middle blocker, a 6'2" senior from Morgan Hill, California, number 4, Latai Salala. Starting outside hitter, a 6'1" sophomore from Varese, Italy, number 6, Greta Corti. Starting at middle blocker, a 6'2" senior from Milan, Italy, number 7, Sasha Colombo. Starting at right side, a 6' senior from Woods Cross, Utah, number 9, Brooklyn Pea. The starting libero is a 5'2" junior from Kula, Hawaii, number 10, Nanug Inoue. Starting at middle blocker, a 6'1" senior from Berlin, Germany, number 15, Sophie Schilling. And starting at setter, a 5'11" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 33, Alexa Burns. Assistant coaches for the Silver Swords, Colby Kananakte, Shauna Leigh Santos, and Joanna Christensen. The head coach in her 11th year, Kahala Kabalis-Hoke. And now let's meet the reserve players for the designated home team, the Cal Poly Pomona Broncos. Number 2, Mackenzie Sullivan. Number 3, Jenna O'Shea. Number 7, Casey Boulding. Number 8, Sydney Migo. Number 9, Emmeline Hudson. Number 10, Sophie Beeler. Number 12, Giselle Vogel. Number 13, Rookie Kennedy. Number 15, Madison Novak. And number 17, Hannah Schneider. Now let's meet the starters for the Broncos. Starting at middle blocker, a 5'11" junior from Bakersfield, California, number 1, Caitlin Tucker. Starting at opposite, a 6' junior from Rancho Cucamonga, California, number 4, Daisy Duke. Starting at defensive specialist, a 5'5" senior from Duarte, California, number 5, Diani Zhao. Starting at outside hitter, a 5'11" sophomore from Aurora, Colorado, number 11, Samantha Campion. Starting at setter, a 5'11" sophomore from San Clemente, California, number 16, Katie Mueller. The starting libero is a 5'8" sophomore from Riverside, California, number 19, Avery Percival. And starting a middle blocker, a 6'2" senior from Moreno Valley, California, number 21, Ellen McFarland. Also among the reserve players is number 20, Helen McMullen. Assistant coaches for the Broncos, Jimmy Lowe and Zoe Herrera. The head coach in her 4th year, Tracy Dahl. Wireless. A positive game environment is an essential part of the NCAA Championships experience. Reading today's game environment statement at midcourt for Cal Poly Pomona is Sophie Beeler, and for Chaminade is Alexa Aubrey.
Welcome to today's match between Cal Poly Pomona Broncos and the Cal State Santa. Oh, that's wrong. Oh wait, I'll just. In the Chaminade, what is it? Silver Swords. We see this volleyball court as an extension of our classroom environment where we learn dignity and respect for others.
Today we ask for your enthusiastic support of your team. We also ask that you support the student athletes from both institutions by honoring our request to treat all fans, officials, coaches, and student athletes with respect. Thank you.
The NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the students and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, coaches, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the arena. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Respect, it's the name of the game.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Championship Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington. I'm Sean Church alongside Zen Hill. We're in a semifinal matchup between Cal Poly Pomona and Chaminade here. Both teams winning yesterday in dramatic fashion, both in 5 sets. Zen, what are we going to expect today?
Yeah, I think we're going to expect Silver Sword's going to be coming into this one hot off of a huge upset win versus Alaska Anchorage. But Cal Poly Pomona, the 4th seed, beating Cal State San Bernardino yesterday. We're going to be looking at Daisy Duke, the offensive star for them. Looking at the Silver Swords, though, they had a great overall team game. Greta Cordy, most notably, and Sasha Colombo being those offensive forces for them. They played some really clean games, both sides. It was really the lack of errors that led to these teams winning those long 5-set matches. And we're in for another good one right here. Both teams coming in with a chip on their shoulder, trying to prove themselves in this West Regional and advance to the West Regional Final.
And Greta Cordy is serving it for Chaminade. Winner of this match will play in a championship match tomorrow here at Wiku Court at 7 p.m. And we'll play the winner of the next match, Cal State LA and Central Washington. And we are underway here. Cross court, Campion goes for it. On the attack, already some good defense being seen here. Both teams. And on the attack, Colombo, but that one is dug out again. Duke got an out-of-system play. And Cal Poly Pomona is on the board first, 1-0.
Right there was Samantha Campion on the attack. She was most notably all over the floor with her defense, racking up a career high of 34 digs in that last match against Cal State San Bernardino.
And that one was dumped over. Alexia Burns gets the kill. That was a good dump by the senior. We're tied here at 1.
Just finding that middle open court, catching them off guard to start. You don't really see the setters start off the game dumping those ones over. They usually do it late after they've already been setting it up. So to get it done early, getting that point.
Inaue with the serve. Duke goes for it. Deflected. Burns cross court. Bama, but that one is dug out. Duke goes for it again, and that one is dug out. Colombo, and that one's blocked and sent back. Campion at the net. So we're seeing some good defense early on here.
Campion and Caitlin Tucker both providing that block party right there.
Daisy Duke is going to serve. I love block parties. And that's a good serve by Duke. Brooklyn Paya sends it through, though, and we're tied here at 2. Both teams exchanging points early.
And Brooklyn Paya in the last game had her opportunities, only racked up 6 kills, but also 6 attacking errors. But she's effective on that one, sends it straight down to the ground. She wants to get rolling.
Colombo is serving it. Cross court, Campion goes for the kill, and that's deflected at the net by Burns. 50-50 ball. And point will go to the Broncos here. And I believe that's going to be a kill by Campion, and she's going to serve.
Yeah, just both teams meeting right above the net, fighting to push it over to the other side, and Pomona just gets the ball sent over as Alexia Burns is unable to block it with the full strength.
This semifinal match featuring the winner of the Pac West, member of the CCAA. All 3 conferences in this region still in it, but who's in it is kind of a surprise. It's Western Washington University and Alaska Anchorage, the top 2 teams in the region, both knocked out yesterday. Tapped over, and that is Schilling. We are tied here at 3. Brooklyn Pay is going to serve for Chaminade. As you can see on this replay, great timing by Schilling. Schilling, the transfer from Alaska Fairbanks. That's going to be a service error, though, and Percival's going to serve for the Broncos. First semifinal match here. On the attack, and that's in. Maluau with the kill. The freshman puts it away.
Jack Maluau was successful in the last game, kind of towards the end of those few 4th and 5th sets. She really came alive. She's got to get it going early right here to provide that offense for the Silver Swords.
Cross court, going for the corner, and she gets it. Novak with the kill. That's her first.
That's something that these Broncos are used to seeing. Daisy Duke, Madison Novak providing those kills right there. Novak coming off a 16-kill game.
We got the setter Mueller serving it. Deep serve, handled pretty well. Maluau sends it through again. 2 straight points by the freshman.
And this right here is what Chaminade did really well back in that first set, is getting those kills. We saw in that first set, 21 of their 25 points leading to that first set victory, 21 coming off kills.
And Maluau really coming alive, especially in the later sets yesterday. Not getting a ton of playing time in the first one, but since then, as that one goes long. So Chaminade with the first lead of the match here, up 6-5, as that is an attack error. Burns to lefty with the floating serve. Anchorage had a tough time with that serve yesterday. Colombo on the attack, deflected, and that's good defense, but sent out of bounds. So Chaminade is on a 3-0 run here, and Burns is going to serve.
Both these teams, as you mentioned, played in really close matches. The Broncos going into one with 39 ties, 16 lead changes, so they're used to it, and they battled it out to get the victory. They got to come back, though, in this one.
And Duke sends it through, so a good bounce-back point for the Broncos. They're down 1. They're going to serve.
And exactly what they need to do if they want to bounce back. Daisy Duke, mentioned earlier, offensive star for this team, of course, CCAA Offensive Player of the Year, as well as that postseason tournament MVP.
Cal Poly Pomona gets the ace. Deani Zhao with the ace. So we are tied here at 7.
Both of these teams served it very well in the first round.
Sent through. Saulala. As that one goes long, Daisy Duke on the attack. Cordy's serving it here, the float serve, but it goes wide. So we're tied here at 8. Again, winner will go on to the final tomorrow at 7 p.m. here at Weeku Court. Western Washington is out. Alaska Anchorage is out. Cal State's LA is now the highest seed in this tournament at number 3. Number 4 being Cal Poly Pomona. Cross court, Campion goes for it. It's the top of the net, but it goes in.
Sometimes you'll just take that lucky bounce off the net. Obviously not the most clean hit that they want, but in a tight game like this, you'll take whatever you can get right there. Unfortunate for Chaminade that that one ended up deflecting into their court.
Cross court, Colombo goes for it, and it's blocked and sent back right at the net. That was Tucker and Campion. The Broncos are up 2. Jenna O'Shea is going to serve it once more.
And that right there is something that Alaska Anchorage couldn't do. Stop Sasha Colombo, who put up 20 kills on a 389, but Cal Poly Pomona with a great block to send it back.
That's a good serve by O'Shea. On the attack, Pema, and that is blocked at the net. Bumped over. Chaminade on the attack. Colombo goes for it, and that is dug out. Out of system play. Duke goes for it. Corti is right there. And the one-handed set, but that's blocked at the net. Colombo goes for it again. Looks like there's going to be a net violation on Cal Poly Pomona. So point Chaminade. They're down 1. They're going to serve.
I think that one might have been on Caitlin Tucker. We'll see on the replay, though. Her and Campion both there. Seems like it was Campion's foot.
I believe it was Campion on that one. Inaue with the serve, and she gets the ace. So we're tied here at 10. Inaue is going to serve once more for Chaminade. Inoue. Over to Duke, sends it through, and she gets it. So the Broncos are up 11-10 now, and Duke's going to serve. Duke serving it here. Right-handed, right in the middle of the court. Cortez right there. Burns, cross court. Paya, that's at the net. Great defense again. Campion goes for it, but that one's sent back. Colombo at the net. Schillen will also get a block assist on that one, but we are tied here at 11.
Back and forth match as we expected right there. Both teams playing some really good defense, holding each other accountable.
Good serve. Sent over by Percival. That is just sent over by Burns. I don't know if that's considered a dump, but it didn't really look like it. She kind of just threw it down. Chaminade up 1. Cross court over to Campion. That one could have gone long. Tapped over again. Chaminade on the offensive. Cross court over to Paya. Tries to get the middle of the court. Unable to do so. Campion on the attack. Taps it over. Runs in to the side. That is legal, but Paya right in the middle of the court. Again, Campion goes for it, and that is dug out by Corti. Burns over Schilling. Taps it over, and that is a great job by Schilling. Will get the kill. Chaminade is up 2 now, and we're going to go to a timeout. Chaminade on a 5-1 run. We'll be right back.
Dear college sports, There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us
And for college sports.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Championship Tournament. Semifinal matchup number 1 here at Weeku Court on the campus of Western Washington University. Chaminade taking on Cal Poly Pomona. Cal Poly Pomona beating Cal State San Bernardino yesterday in 5 sets. Chaminade shocking Alaska Anchorage in 5 sets. So the number 8 seed Chaminade in the lead here, 13-12 over the 4-seeded Cal Poly Pomona. But coming out of the timeout, we have a service error. So point Cal Poly Pomona, and they're going to serve. Campion is right there to serve for the Broncos.
Chaminade has picked up right where they left off. They dished out kills to double digits of 4 of their players. And in this game so far, 4 already with 2 in this first set.
And they're going to get Chaminade with the double hit. Abery with the setting error or attack error. I think that will be more of attack error. Either way, we're tied here at 13. And just like the whole tournament has been for pretty much every match and every set, it's been pretty close. I'd say maybe with the exception of the 4th set yesterday against Cal State LA and Sonoma State, everything's been within a handful of points.
And that's what you expect, of course. These are supposed to be the best teams of each of their respective conferences, and just goes to show how tough this West region is, and whoever gets out of it is going to have a good shot at playing for potentially that national championship if they can make a run.
And with Chaminade winning yesterday, all 3 conferences in the region still represented. Chaminade, the lone Pac West squad, but going on to the semifinals as Pomona does a great job on defense once again. Out of system play, right at the net, tapped over, but that's good timing. Sent through. Caitlin Tucker with the kill, the junior from Bakersfield, ties it at 14.
And Caitlin Tucker, who had 8 blocks in the last game and only 2 kills right there. Uncharacteristic little attack attempt from her, but she gets it done.
Definitely remember saying her name a lot defensively, not offensively. But Percival gets the ace.
That's the second time that back there Inoue has been unable to handle a dig. Last game, 34, she was really impressive, so we'll see if she can get it going again.
That's another good serve and another ace, back-to-back aces. And we're probably going to see timeout, and we are. So, Chaminade was up 13-11, but since then, Broncos on a 5-1 run. We'll be right back.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
And welcome back. Semifinal matchup of the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Championship Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington. Match number 1 of 2. Like mentioned before, semifinals. Chaminade taking on Cal Poly Pomona. The number 8, 8th ranked Silver Swords, yes, looking to upset another higher seed. I guess any potential win for them would be an upset in this region. But like we mentioned, coming out of the timeout with the Broncos getting a quick point. But like we mentioned here, the number 8th seed in the West region, still a very, very good squad. Percival with another ace. That's 3 just in this run.
And 2 of them on this run have come off a bad dig from Inoue back there in that center back line position, playing that libero spot. You expect her to keep those plays alive, and she needs to if she wants to keep her team in this game.
Another good serve. That one was handled pretty well. And a great dig by Campion. But that one was sent long. They're going to ask for the deflection. I don't think they're going to get it. But they're going to ask.
Might want to take a look at this one, I think.
This would be a good time in the game for it.
Would just help you extend your team's run, but at the same time, do you want to have this long break that kind of halts this momentum they've been building?
And there's going to be a challenge.
So far for Cal Poly Pomona, it's been Samantha Campion finding their most offensive attack attempts, which is odd because in their last game, she was only 3rd, but with 25 compared to Madison Novak and Daisy Dukes 50+ each. But hey, if it's working, she's got 3 so far. Might as well keep feeding her. She was, of course, the defensive monster back in that game with 5 digs, but she's making it work right now. So this matchup between these two teams is the first time that these two will ever meet in the NCAA postseason. Their history versus each other, Chaminade only taking, Chaminade taking 4 wins compared to Pomona's 1 win in this history. In the last 2, Chaminade has won both of them in a 3-1 set as well as a 3-0 set. Most recent one was back September 13th, 2019, where they played in Pomona. But it was Chaminade with the 3-0 sweep, taking out the Broncos. And only 2 players on the court today for each side that were part of that 2019 game, and that is Caitlin Tucker for Cal Poly Pomona and Latai Saulala for Chaminade, of course. And the only other match in most recent history was 2016, where that 3-1 victory came as well. So these are 2 different teams. They don't see each other a lot, being different conferences, and they haven't met up in the postseason just yet, and we're going to see them battling it out today if they have. Cal Poly Pomona, of course, being a totally different team from the last time these two faced, as well as Chaminade, but it's been a close one so far. Chaminade seemed to be in control to start it, but Pomona has really answered well, and Chaminade just unable to handle the ball very well and keep it alive, as we saw with those backline errors. That's what led to them being down 3.
And it's kind of surprising to me that they haven't faced each other more than this, but now I think back now, Chaminade being NAIA for a very long time. Also, you know, changing divisions, different states, different conferences, but, you know, with the youth and experience on both teams, as well as just overall solid programs, wouldn't be surprised if they meet each other for years to come, probably in this regional tournament.
Yeah, especially looking at Chaminade, this is their first trip to the West Regional Semifinals in 2004. So even if they're making the tournament, haven't matched up with Pomona and haven't advanced to possibly meet them. So that's just another reason why they haven't met each other. But as you mentioned, both young teams, and showing that they deserve to be here and advancing just means that for the next years to come, we might see these two face off a little bit more and kind of build that rivalry between conferences.
And let's see what the call is, and it's overturned. So a good challenge by Cal Poly Pomona. They go up 5 now. But Zen, you had talked about it, a little bit risky there because if it's not overturned, not only do you lose that challenge and the point doesn't get overturned, but you might lose a little bit of momentum. So definitely had some faith in a lot of the teammates. As that one was blocked and sent back. Right at the net. Cal Poly Pomona now firing on all cylinders. Aaron McFarland was at the net as well as Campion. And Percival is serving it again. And that's a good dig. Corner, and that's out. So Chaminade stops a 6-0 run. Actually, check that. That was a 7-0 run. I got clarification on that one.
And something Chaminade did well against Alaska Anchorage was take that first set, really let them set the tone for the rest of the match, but the Broncos dominating this one.
And a good serve by Pea is what Chaminade needs. On the attack, sent through by the freshman, down 4.
And as I mentioned with Chaminade taking that first set, Cal Poly Pomona, though, against Cal State San Bernardino, they actually lost the first set, but then went on to come back after winning 2-3 and then eventually 5. So both teams going to be placed in different situations possibly, pending the outcome.
Going to ask for the deflection again, but they're not going to get it, and that's a 3-0 run for Chaminade. That wasn't even right out of the timeout. Broncos were up 20-14, now only up 3. McFarland goes for the middle of the court, unable to do so. Tapped in the middle. That was dug out. Duke goes for the middle, but that's blocked and sent back. Somehow it stays alive. I'm not really sure how, as that one goes wide on the attack.
Really good job by Cal Poly Pomona to, somehow keep that one alive. As you see the attack right here, just going wide. Trying to get that back right corner, but a miss right there from Maluau.
Sent through at the net. Sent back. Saulala.
Saulala in the last match, 13 kills. She was really effective, as well as providing that tall force there at the net, standing 6'2" for the Silver Swords.
Burns on the serve, cross court, right in the middle. Over, Colombo. That's good defense by Pomona. On the attack, Novak. Colombo right there to dig it out. Burns, cross court. Cordy goes for the corner. And it's in. 21-19.
Something Chaminade did very well was go on a large run. We saw them in the 4th set against Alaska Anchorage go on a huge run where kept themselves in contention. At one point, Alaska Anchorage had a 20-18 lead, but then Cadetta Cordy with 2 straight kills tied it, and then from there they went on to win 25-21. So they ended that set on a 7-1 run. This is a team that can get hot and keep going, and that's been the story for them this season, of course, starting just 2-6, winning 23 of their last 24 to give their record a 25-7 record, and of course winning their conference. That 950 conference winning percentage is the best by a Pac West champion since 2017, where it was Cal Baptist who went undefeated in the season. So some good squads right here. Chaminade trying to battle their way back here and establish a run. The Broncos need to hold them off, though.
And on this timeout here, talking things over, game of runs here. But at the same time, also some back and forth play. So just kind of all over the place here. First 10 points seemed to come back to back. Each team not really going on a run. And then momentum has shifted multiple times and lead changes. That's how you say that word.
I think so.
Broncos were up 20-14. So Chaminade on a 5-1 run. They got Burns serving. Cross court on the attack. Goes wide. So it is 21-20 now. 6-1 run for Chaminade, and they're going to serve to try to tie it.
For a while, it was looking like the Broncos were edging their way towards closing this one out. But props to Chaminade for battling right back into it.
And that one's sent wide. 21 all.
Chaminade probably smelling blood in the water. Being down in the set I just mentioned, Alaska Anchorage, and battling back. They're seeing a similar story being told so far.
Cross court, over to Duke, sent back. All the momentum with the Silver Swords right now. Duke tries it. Burns is right there. Colombo, and an unfortunate break for Chaminade.
Good job by the Broncos to halt that run. Now they have to answer with a good serve. No service errors so far. Cannot afford to do one now.
And that is blocked and sent back. Novak, right at, actually Duke was at the net. Check that. Also McFarland. There's going to be another timeout on the floor. We're also going to keep things here, because we're in the first set of this semifinal matchup between Cal Poly Pomona and Chaminade. Broncos are looking to take this first set. Chaminade clawing back into it, down 6. It looked like the Broncos were in full control. Chaminade went actually on an 8-1 run. Actually, check that, a 7-1 run. Still impressive, though. One less number, but
yeah.
Still impressive.
Still
but since that point, tying it at 21, Cal Poly Pomona has reeled off 2 straight points.
They're trying to battle their way into their 3rd regional final ever. They've only been there twice before, and the last one came in 2008. Broncos in that match were swept by the team that they beat in the first round yesterday, which was Cal State San Bernardino, the Coyotes. Cal Poly Pomona, though, this marks their 3rd time, just the 3rd time in their program history that they've reached the regional semifinals, with a chance to advance to the West Regional Final and take on whoever wins between the number 7 Central Washington and 3 Cal State LA. If they go on to face Cal State LA, if Central Washington is unable to upset them as they did the Vikings, it'll be a battle of the CCAA teams.
And for Cal Poly Pomona, being in an incredibly, I think, saying it lightly, solid conference. I mean, you got Cal State San Bernardino, Cal State LA, Cal State Monterey Bay, all historically good programs in volleyball. It's probably hard to get to the regional. But they are here, and they're looking to advance, trying to take this first set. And Duke sends it through. We're at set point now as the Broncos.
Just 1 point away from closing out.
Exactly.
And as you said, CCAA tough conference, of course, placed 4 in the West Regional.
That one is sent through.
So Chaminade.
Shalala. Sorry about that, Zen, but tries to keep this one alive.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what I was about to say. They're known for battling. Battled some hard sets against Alaska Anchorage, a tough opponent.
Duke sends it over, and that is pancaked by Cordy. That's how you save a set from ending, and it's sent back. That is incredible. I don't think I've ever seen a set being saved by a pancake.
It was a pretty epic way to do it right there, and then also get a solid block.
Shalala with the block, yep. And Cordy's going to serve. We're still at set point here. Campion goes for the corner, but Burns is right there. Out of system play, maybe a double hit. They're not going to call it. Sent over. As that one goes in.
Just hit the line.
Right on the line. We're tied here at 24.
This is a dramatic first set.
And for those of you wondering, my voice did crack. Duke goes for it, and that is dug out. Colombo sends it through. That one dug out again, cross court. Sent through, stayed alive, still alive. Over to McFarland and dug out, stayed alive, but it's going to go out. McFarland gets the kill. And Zen, I was pretty sure we were going to see somehow Chaminade keep that alive. That's kind of how the last few points have been going.
Yeah, and just unable to, barely. Some really good effort, though, both sides, keeping it alive, and Chaminade trying to battle it back and take the first lead since a while, but Pomona just holding it on and one away now.
Another set point here. And that, Saulala
didn't look like she even hit it that clean, or maybe the way she wanted to.
I'm not sure if that was on purpose or an accident, but either way, she gets the point, and we're tied here at 25. And my voice is hitting all sorts of octaves. I think it's all the yelling from all the great matchups we had yesterday, 2 5-setters, 2 4-setters. Inoue with the serves. That one goes long. And for the first time in this set, Chaminade is at set point.
And just like that, they flipped it in their favor, and it just shows how quick it can happen. It really seemed like the Broncos were in full control of this set, but Chaminade, a fighting team, keeping themselves in it.
Inoue again with the serve. Duke tries to send it up, and that is again dug out by Cordy. For the set, Purcell's right there. Duke sends it over. Colombo, Burns, over to Schilling, and that's dug out by Percival and sent through. And if we didn't think yesterday was exciting, first set of the match and first set of the day is going to go to 28 points at least for the win. Cross court to Colombo, sends it through, and that is dug out, saved, and sent over. Great angles. Colombo tries it again, and that one is dug out again, and it goes in the stands. Chaminade on their second set point. Cal Poly Pomona was up 24-21.
Flipped the script, and despite some really good effort right there we saw from Katie Muir to keep it alive for Pomona, Chaminade, it's just 1 point away once again.
Colombo's going to serve. Good serve. That was handled pretty well by the Broncos, though. Duke tries to send it over. Out of system play here. Inoue with a tough bump set. And that one sent through as well. We're tied here at 27.
Wasn't sure if that one was even going to go over, but looks like it was. Campion, who's played great offensively compared to her last great defensive game, of course. She already has 3 kills in this one.
And that's a defensive offensive move right there, and she's going to serve. And a good serve by Campion. Tapped over. Pea gets it. Campion again. Set over. Almost fools Chaminade. And that one is sent through by the freshman. Again, third set point. Malual gets the kill.
She leads her team in that category so far with already putting up 4 on a 500 hitting percentage.
As that one almost goes long. Cross court, Novak tries to go to the middle of the court. Tapped over again, and that's how the set's gonna end. Malual ends it 29-27. Already a thriller set to start this semifinal. Chaminade comes back, shows a lot of grit, and you know what? We're gonna go back to that pancake to save it, or at least talk about it on that one. I don't think we'll be able to find the replay because that was a while ago, but nonetheless, Chaminade takes the first set. We're going to go to set number 2 in just a few minutes. We'll be right back.
Dear college sports,
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
we've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us
And
for
for
college
sports.
sports.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
And welcome back. Thrilling first set here, and we're going to go back to a play here. Cordy with the pancake to save the set. That play isn't made by Cordy. Then the set would have been won by Cal Poly Pomona, but because of that save, it led to a couple rallies. And Cal Poly Pomona and Chaminade competing in the first semifinal match here in this tournament in a classic set, but Chaminade on top 29-7. We're going into set number 2 here, but Zen, let's go over some stats.
Yeah, and Chaminade a really effective performance, and what we saw from Cal Poly Pomona yesterday is they didn't make a lot of errors, and they continue that so far in this match, and they served it well, but their attacks just weren't there, and credit to the Silver Swords being able to play good defense up front, tallying 4 blocks, 29 digs as well, keeping those plays alive. We saw them make some errors, but sometimes they just went on a run exactly when they needed it. Made that great defensive play by Cordy, who's got 9 digs in the match already. That's the team high, as well as being second to Percival, the libero for Pomona. But crazy first set, and that's exactly what you expect in a semifinal, to play at a West Regional Championship game, possibly tomorrow. Both teams are going to put it all out there. Chaminade goes up 1-0 again. They won the first set against Alaska Anchorage. They dropped 2 and 3 and then won 4 and 5. They'd love to go up 2-0 in this one, of course, and really set that tone. Try and hold the Broncos. But we will see coming up in this second set if the Broncos can answer. They're going to be looking to Daisy Duke. They've been looking at Campion all night, but they need to get Duke more involved.
And Chaminade, like mentioned earlier, the lone Pac West opponent. College here. If anything, the Pac West is really rooting for Chaminade here, only having one representative, and that being the 8th seed. Years prior, this tournament has been dominated by the GNAC and the CCAA.
Yeah, and you can see that, of course, with them being ranked 8th despite winning their conference. There's teams like Central Washington that came in 3rd, but they were still ranked above Chaminade.
Just shows how deep the conference is. Good way to start this set for Chaminade. Cross court. Cordy goes for it, and that is dug out by Percival. Cross court. Duke. Inoue tries it. We are tied here at 1.
Daisy Duke just adding to her career best 430 kills this season. Really phenomenal performance from her all year, of course, being recognized in our conference awards.
And Deani Zhao Serves it into the net, so Chaminade is up 2-1. Colombo's going to serve for the Silver Swords. Speaking of which, what was that fun fact you learned about the Silver Swords?
Yeah, I spoke with the head coach of Chaminade earlier before the match, and she just wanted to let me know that Silver Swords is actually the only plant that can survive on a volcano. Also, it's found on Mount Haleakala, which is on the island of Maui, of course, in Hawaii. So just another fun fact to add to these unknown plant that we didn't know yesterday, and something interesting she added that thought we should mention on the broadcast.
And while you were talking about the Silver Swords, even though I brought it up, we're tied here at 2. O'Shea is going to serve. By the way, I was calling the head coach by her last name as Yoke, and it's actually Hulk. So my apologies on that one. I do know how to read. As that one goes long. A little bit too much power by the freshman. And so the Broncos are up 3-2.
Maluau, who has been their most productive so far with her 5 kills. Of course, got that winning kill as well to finish it off in that first set. She's hitting 500.
And another service error by Cal Poly Pomona. So we are tied here at 3, and Pea's going to serve, Brooklyn Pea.
Mentioned earlier, Pomona didn't make a lot of errors in that last game against Cal State San Bernardino, and that's what made the difference. But already getting 2 service errors in this set, not a good sign.
A good bounce back by Cal Poly Pomona. Tucker at the net. We had mentioned earlier, Tucker, a beast at the net. Defensively, didn't really show a lot of offense yesterday, but she has shown it tonight thus far, or at least taken advantage of the opportunities given. Duke serving it. Avery over to Schilling, and Schilling puts it away. So the second set starting just like the first one. We're tied here at 4.
Back and forth battle. Schilling right there. She's also a 2-time national champion, being part of the U18 German national championship team back in 2018.
So many incredible athletes on all the squads here. Pretty much everybody who competes in Division II volleyball or any collegiate sport. A lot of props to them. Good student athletes.
Caitlin Tucker with another kill right there. She's second on her team with 4, especially hitting 667 too, so performing very well, providing offense that is much needed for this Broncos team.
Salala with the kill, and we're tied here again at 5. But going back to Tucker for Cal Poly Pomona, 4 kills in 6 attempts. That's the kind of percentage you'd like. Keeping the defense on their toes, not going to the same people every single time, keeping it all around. And Alexia Burns gets the ace. And just like it was shown yesterday, that float serve really is making it difficult for the defense. Cal Poly Pomona and Alaska Anchorage yesterday had a lot of trouble with that as well. Inoue with a good dig. Corti, a little bit of, looks like it was a little bit of a slip there by Mueller.
Yeah, Katie Mueller aiding in the block right there. Kind of jumped early to try and hit it again to keep it up in the air, but just mistimed it.
3-0 run for Chaminade. Tucker again. They keep this one alive. That one goes wide. Novak on the attack error for Cal Poly Pomona, and Chaminade is up 8-5.
Cal Poly Pomona just trying to ride the hot hand, and Caitlin Tucker, she only saw herself with 13 total attacks, and she was only hitting 154 in the last game, but since she's been effective, they've gone 2 or more.
And another good serve by Burns. Sent through. Good block attempt. And great timing. Salala with the kill. And Chaminade is up 9-5 here in this second set. They stole the first set 29-27. And they're in control here in the second. We'll be right back.
Dear college sports,
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
we've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us
And
for
college sports.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Championship Tournament here at Western Washington University. I'm Sean Church alongside Zen Hill. We're in the first semifinal matchup of day number 2. Chaminade taking on Cal Poly Pomona. Chaminade stealing the first set 29-27, and they're in the lead 9-5 here.
Done a great job carrying that momentum they built with the huge comeback of first set to take the lead in this second one as well.
Tapped over. And that one is sent back. Colombo at the net. Salala also there.
And so far, it's been the Broncos playing, the better above the net defense, having more total blocks, but it seems like the Silver Swords get them exactly when they need them with some hard attacks coming from the Broncos on the other side.
Tucker sends it through, and again, timed perfectly. Behind her back, Colombo, but they're going to get Burns with the double hit. So a tough break for Chaminade, who was on a run there. That was a 5-0 run for the Silver Swords, which aren't actually weapons. Now it is a good serve right there by Percival. She's serving it fantastic tonight.
Yeah, 4 aces for her out of the team's 5. And just another one right there that went off Inoue.
That'll win you a round of poker.
4 aces.
Sent through as that one goes long. So good job by the Broncos to bounce back here.
And this is exactly what they want to do. They want to get their best server back there and start a run, and so far this is what's working. Avery Percival.
Good serve there. This time handled well. Salala hits it through. She's really came into her own today. 6 kills.
Alexia Burns as well. Played really well playing that setter position, really dime dropping with her assist, putting them all in the right spot.
And Corti takes a page out of Burns' notebook as the float serve. And when you're able to float it in and put some power behind it, that's got to make it incredibly difficult for the defense. Another float serve. This one handled well. And a good job by McFarland on that one, taking control of that serve.
It's not often that you see McFarland getting those offensive attacks. Of course, known for more playing that middle blocker role. Her and Caitlin Tucker, though, showing that they can be two-way players and do it both very well.
Mueller with the serve. Both teams serving it really well here in the second set, but Colombo gets the kill.
That's just the result of a super hard-hit ball right there from Colombo. The D1 transfer, the Pac West Newcomer of the Year, showing her strength on that one as Mueller's unable to dig it out.
And we're using all this volleyball vernacular, but for those of you who do not know it, a very hard-hit ball that can go all the way, no matter what language or terms you're using. Hard is hard. So that one goes wide.
And that's what happens when you hit it too hard.
There we go. That's Emmeline Hudson who's in the match now. She comes back out for Novak. Attack air. Inoue is going to serve for Chaminade. Chaminade still 5-point lead. Poly Pomona. They cut it to 2 points, but what we've seen here is pretty much everybody on Chaminade has adopted that floating serve, and we're going to go to a timeout. Chaminade leads in this second set 15-9.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And welcome back. 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Championship Tournament Semifinal. Chaminade taking on Cal Poly Pomona. Chaminade, despite being the 8th seed, only conference representative for the Pac West. They're playing incredibly well, serving it incredibly well. And the only time we've actually seen Cal Poly Pomona do a good job with that serve is if somebody on the front decides to take it. McFarland's done it a couple times. But nonetheless, though, another point for the Silver Swords as we saw Schilling send it through.
Silver Swords just serving it extremely well so far, racking up 3 service aces in just this set.
And that one was almost an ace in its own. Inoue really deked me on that one. I thought she was going to do a power move. Just gets it over to net, but a good job by Cal Poly Pomona to keep the composure as Duke gets the kill in the corner.
Daisy Duke right there. 5th kill of the match, but only hitting 158. She's been efficient all year, but not the story so far.
Zhao with the serve, keeping it alive on the offensive. Out of system play, the bump set to Colombo, and she sends it through. So point Silver Swords, 17-10.
And Sasha Colombo, she was the best player in this last game for the Silver Swords, racking up, of course, 20 kills that helped aid their way towards a victory, and so far continuing that dominance.
Sent through, but that one's long. Pea, too much on it. But the Silver Swords have really set up a lot of attacks with some great serving. Even if they weren't able to get the aces, they've really been putting the Broncos on the ropes here.
And then, of course, after it gets sent over, they're doing a good job digging it out and then getting it to their setters, especially Burns, who has just placed all those balls in what seems like the perfect position for them to get spiked over.
Sent through. Schilling gets it. So Chaminade still in control here. McFarland comes in and out for the rotation. Percival back in. Pea's going to serve.
Like I mentioned, the setters, of course, for the Silver Swords team, you have Burns, but it's also Alexa Abery there, too, who dimed up that one.
Another good serve as Campion goes for the attack. Tough block. Turner was right at the net, out of system play. But that was actually a very good set, but just too much on it. 18-12, Daisy Duke is going to serve.
And for Chaminade, a team that so far in this match has been hitting it extremely hard, that's what happens just sometimes. You just put a little too much or angle it wrong, catch your hand on the wrong piece of the ball, and it goes long.
And a tough break for the Broncos here, trying to get back into this second set. Salala in the match now. And for Chaminade, we got Kendall Rios for the first time this match. Coming in yesterday. She also well known for her serving.
Had one service ace last game, but also a service error too.
And a good job by the Broncos. That was a good serve by Rios, and a great move by Mueller to really set up Campion on that one. That had to have been a difficult set.
Yeah, she was sliding on her knees and still found a way to get low. Instead of having to, use her hands to bump it up, she used her hands to set it up.
Cordy gets it deflected. Percival's right there. Another good set, but that one dug out by Inoue. On the attack, tapped over, and that's how this rally is going to end. Cordy gets the kill, 20-13 as Colombo and Burns comes in.
It's happened a couple times where Cal Poly Pomona just cannot keep those little soft taps alive that just barely skip over the net, and Katie Mueller just unable to keep it alive for them.
And Chaminade only has 4 aces, but we are seeing a noticeable difference in the serving. Another good tap over by Inoue. Turner on the attack again at the net. Behind her back. Novak tries to get it. Inoue again. And that is a double hit by Burns. That's her second of the set.
Uncharacteristic, too. Someone that's her conference's setter of the year, not known for making those errors. But in this game.
And sometimes the players can understand or usually know themselves when they've been doing it, but both times Burns is pretty shocked that they're making those calls.
And I think that's the main reason that Hulk right here is talking with the official to try and get an explanation for her player.
Just like a pitcher who boxes in baseball, sometimes you just need that explanation of what you're doing wrong. Colombo, and that one right at the net. Mueller over to McFarland. Somehow McFarland got it over to net for the out-of-system play. Mueller cross court. Novak, but that is at the net. Colombo and Salala.
They've fed Madison Novak over and over again tonight, but she has not found much success, racking up 6 attack errors, even though she had a really phenomenal game in that first round, being that second option behind Daisy Duke.
And that is a great save. Somehow sent over, and I'm actually pretty shocked that Inoue, not that she hit it out, but that she hit it out long.
I think she just got a little bit excited after the good save.
Incredible power right there.
You don't usually see that on a back over-the-head dig going that far.
If anything, it usually doesn't make the net. I've never seen it go long. And a good dig by Campion. Novak gets it through, dug out by Burns. Inoue over to Pea. Percival right there. 6-point match. Duke on the attack, and again, Colombo tries to get it through, and she does. Chaminade now up 7. Chilling in the match.
And right there, what led to Chaminade getting such a successful attack was the weak hit over by Erin McFarland. Just tried to tap it over, but mishit it and gave the Silver Swords a free one, and they capitalized on it.
Cross court, Duke on the attack. I think they went off Cordy's shoulder. But Duke will get the kill. Chaminade still in control here. Novak comes out.
And I think what you saw there, sometimes your reaction time just has to be so quick. And
it was actually the back arm.
Yeah, she was almost reading left on the hit, but just goes off the right arm.
Colombo finds the middle of the court. Colombo now with a game-high 7 kills.
And 6 of her kills have come on some really strong hits, so that back line playing pretty far back, she allows, you know, that open middle space for her to just bump it over and tap it with soft touch.
On the attack, Duke sends it through. So 23-17. Turner is back in the match. My apologies, Tucker is back in the match. And if I've called her Turner the last
I think
couple
that's
plays,
the first time. First
okay,
time,
good.
don't worry. It's been a long weekend.
Caitlin Tucker, the junior. We were just talking about earlier about her kills coming in good spots, also being legit at the net, tied for a team high 2 block assists. Pea tries to go for the corner, but that is a good dig by, looks like that was by O'Shea. Tapped over by Schilling, kept alive. Sent through another dig. Out of system play over to Campion, and again, 50-50 ball saved, tapped over. Live another day. Mueller over to Campion, who sends it long. So we're at set point again.
And right there was Alexa Avery playing at the net. See right there on the replay, she was able to keep it on their side and not allow the Broncos to get a block sent back into that middle place. And they get lucky on the long hit right there from the Cal Poly Broncos, just missing over and over again, it seems like, tonight on their attacks.
Set point here is Brooklyn Pea. Sends it in the middle of the court, and that's how the set is going to end. Not on the ace, but on the fantastic serve by Pea. Schilling was at the net to send it away. The first set was incredibly close, but this second set was dominated by the Silver Swords. They're going to look to potentially sweep here when we come back, set number 3.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Dear college sports,
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
we've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us
And
for college sports.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Championship Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington, on the campus of Western Washington University, playing on Wiku Court. I'm Sean Church alongside Zen Hill. Going into set number 3 here, Cal Poly Pomona taking on Chaminade. Chaminade stealing the first set 29-27 and using that momentum to win the second set 25-17.
Chaminade dominated that second set after just barely pulling past the Broncos in the first one, and it was a huge momentum shift. It seemed like the Broncos kind of just died in that set. They're hitting .91 for the entire game, and for a team that hits 264 usually, uncharacteristic for them. And something they did well in the first set was get, their blocks up there with Caitlin Tucker and McFarland, but 0 total blocks in that one. And so far, Colombo has been continuing that dominant performance that we saw here in the tournament earlier, and the Silver Swords find themselves up 2-0 with potential for a sweep in this one. They've got to keep the momentum going their way, though.
Only the second match in this tournament has been won by the, I guess I have a hard time wording that one. Pretty much the only other match where a team went up 2-0 was yesterday, Central against Western.
And that right there was a 7-2 upset. Right here would be looking at an 8-4.
And Chaminade starts out 1-0. Duke taps it over. Inoue Burns over the Salala. Chaminade is up 2-0, and they are firing on all cylinders.
And on Burns' sets, every once in a while, she has these really shallow ones that she just allows her offensive pieces to just have that quick jump and quick snap straight down, and allows the defense to have less time to react and position themselves in a correct spot. And it's been really successful. We've seen it a couple times. Just goes to show how successful Burns has been all season, and shout out to the people that, of course, she's dishing it out to.
But it shows how vital having a solid setter is, and why she ended up being player of the year. 3-0 to start this third set, and Chaminade in control.
Something we haven't seen Pomona do is go on a big run since maybe that first set where they took off to have a 21 lead before Chaminade came back.
It's been the serving. The float serve has been very difficult for the Broncos as Colombo taps it over. She dekes them, and it's 4-0. We're going to go to a timeout here. Chaminade looking to sweep. They're up 4-0 here in the third set. We'll be right back.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Championship Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington. First semifinal matchup between Cal Poly Pomona and Chaminade. Chaminade up 2-0. And they're leading this third set 4-0. Quick timeout by Poly Pomona. And Campion hits it long. So Chaminade is up 5-0, and Zen. Cal Poly Pomona was up, I think it was 20-14 in the first set.
I believe so.
Ever since then, it's been all Chaminade.
Yeah, and Cal Poly Pomona against Cal State San Bernardino. Pomona opened that fifth set with a 5-0 lead and eventually went on to win in that elimination set. And right now they're facing the opposite, a 6-0 deficit now.
Salala, as well as Peya. And I guess that's the only way right now to stop Chaminade.
Especially when that's been where their most success has been coming from, on those really effective serves, putting the Broncos in some awkward defensive positions and unable to answer back. But now the serve on their side with a chance to answer this 6-0 run that was started in the set.
Double hit. That is another double hit by, is that by Burns?
I believe so. I think it was Lexia Burns again.
That's her third one. It's got to be a little frustrating for her because she doesn't really realize what she's doing wrong. But that serve goes into the net. And usually you don't see that from your setter either.
Yeah, and if you do, it might be maybe just one and then they correct it. And despite Hulk even talking with the official, seems like Burns just can't figure out what she's doing wrong and correct it.
And sometimes those are hard to see, but did not see a lot on that one. Cross court to Campion. Schilling is right there. Tapped over. Broncos on the attack. Campion right there. Dug out. Tapped over by Colombo at the net. 50-50 ball, but Duke is right there to send it back. And Cal Poly Pomona is going to need points like that, those 50-50 balls, to go their way to come back.
This is actually the only time that Burns has had 3 setting errors. Usually only gets 1 or 2 in a game.
But Schilling bounces back as well as Burns with the assist. 8-3, Chaminade with the lead. Colombo is going to serve. Colombo with 10 kills. Go along with 7 digs, 4 block assists. So 12 overall points leading the team. They're going to get Mueller with the double hit here. Kind of handcuffed her right there. So a tough break for the Broncos. 9-3.
And it's especially hard, especially when you're, playing that setter position and you're getting told that you're doubling, trying to correct it. You might even make more mistakes than you would if you just kept doing what you're used to and trying to have that same form.
Smart move by Mueller, and they're going to get Burns again with a double hit.
And that's 3 straight from both sides?
That is correct.
Wow.
Ball handling error. Actually, there was a Sophie Schilling.
Oh, in between, yes.
Yes.
Still, though.
Uncharacteristic as Campion hits it into the net, so a little bit of a sloppy third set by both teams here. I did see that fourth one, though, was a little bit more of a, I wouldn't say obvious one, but the first 3 wasn't really as obvious. Tucker just has to set it over. Sent through, and Schilling came alive. Schilling now with 8 kills. And her hitting percentage is now over 600.
And that's what she did in the last match, too. She was very efficient in her opportunities, though they were limited. 7 kills on 14 attacks.
Cross court to Novak. And Novak gets the kill. That's her 5th.
That's something that they didn't have in that dominant second set win. Was Madison Novak was really quiet in that one after having a pretty good first set.
Percival serving it well on the attack, but on the follow through, they're going to get the freshman with the net violation. So 2 straight points for the Broncos.
Maluau in the last game had the team high of attack errors, but when she is hitting it, seems like it's almost a guaranteed kill, but if she's making those errors, it's hard to give her too many attack attempts.
I think you take the good with the bad when that happens.
Especially when she's hitting it like that, too. Just a strong one.
And definitely more good than bad here as Maluau sends it straight down. Hard to believe that much power comes from a freshman. Rios is going to serve here. Rios only playing in one set, but that set was set number 2. She's now in the match for her second. Is responsible for 1 kill. Sent through, and that is a good dig by Abery. Corti reeled back, but that's a good dig by Percival. Mueller over to Novak, and Novak hits it into the net. So Chaminade is up 13-6.
And right there, that attack from Corti looked like it might have gone long, but they kept it in and lost the point as a result as well.
We're going to go to a break here. Chaminade in the lead, 13-6 here in the third set, looking to sweep.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Holmes.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
And welcome back. Semifinal match of the West Regional Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington. Cal Poly Pomona taking on Chaminade. Chaminade up 13-6 here in the third set. Stealing the first set, 29-27, and since then being in full control. And actually, like we mentioned earlier, in full control since being down 20-14 in the first. Rios is going to serve again. Another good serve. Almost gets the ace. Sent through, and that one is dug out by Duke. 50-50 ball. Sent over. And a great job. And that was Novak. She's going to need that to get going, so maybe a little bit of a confidence boost. Great placement, though.
Yeah, exactly what she said. She's going to need that if she wants to get going, and that's the second one in this set that she's kind of got back on track. They need to continue that.
And a service error by Mueller, 14-7. Burns is back in, so is Colombo. Abery, Maluau. Burns is going to serve.
And that right there marked their 5th service error, something that Pomona did not do against Cal State San Bernardino.
This one controlled pretty well by the Broncos. Novak tries to get the middle of the court. That one's read pretty well. Corti sends it to the corner, but that one's out.
Corti, a lot of strength right there on that outside hitter position. Sometimes has gone long in this match.
And we're actually going to see a challenge on that play.
The previous play is under review.
And it is under review.
Looks like they're looking for a deflection, not whether if it was in or out of bounds right there. So we will see. Saw a handful of challenges come yesterday, a few successful. Most of them were successful actually from the ones that we did see, but so far in this game, Cal Poly Pomona down by 6, their season on the line. But Chaminade proving that they have that dynamic offense that they showed off. I mentioned earlier with them putting 4 players in double-digit kill numbers. They only have 1 right now, but Schilling with 8, Saulala with 7, and Malual with 6 as well, coming in close, and they're hitting a 291 as well, which is a phenomenal number, especially against a tough opponent like this who usually is getting up at the net and blocking those shots. They have no blocks in this set, no blocks in the second set, so 5 on the game. That all came in that first set where they looked the most dominant, so Cal Poly Pomona wants to kind of get back to what they did well. They've got to return to that. They got to look to Caitlin Tucker, who's been good all year, averaging 1.22 blocks per set, being first in the conference. She hasn't been as noiseful in this one on that defensive side. Of course, she's providing the offense, but what they need to rely on from her is that defense that she's used to providing. So we'll see if they can do it. Down 2-0, facing a lot of adversity here with Chaminade being the underdog. Kind of, you know, you're defeated if you see an 8 seed up 2-0 and 6 points ahead of you in that elimination set. Chaminade just needs to come out of this little replay. They're going to regroup right here and try and keep it going.
Chaminade had 1 successful challenge earlier in the match, trying to make it 2 for 2 on the match. This would also be a big one. Chaminade, if they're able to get the overturn it, have a 15-7 lead. And we're going to see here what the call on the court is. And the call's going to stand. So point Broncos. 1 for 2 now. Chaminade is in challenges. Cal Poly Pomona now is going to serve. Zhao, the senior, looking to serve for the Broncos. Both teams trying to make sure they're in the right rotation. Just waiting for the okay, and they got it at the net. Good serve by Zhao. Colombo from the back, dug out by Percival. Dug out by Burns, out of system play. Cordy, and that one dug out by Mueller. Another out of system play over the Duke, and that one is sent through. So 2 straight points for the Broncos. They're down 5.
Daisy Duke, who hasn't been the most efficient so far, but she's always going to be reliable. I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to get it going here as well and return to that dominant form we've seen.
And that is a great play by Chaminade right there, really catching Cal Poly Pomona guessing, as you can see on this replay. McFarland and Campion late to the net, thinking that it was going to be on the other side.
Yeah, Saulala doing a good job faking him out.
Duke sends it. That one dug out. Colombo, and that is a great dig by Percival. Campion goes for the attack and gets it through. So those are the points you need to save as Percival comes out. O'Shea is back in. So is Tucker. Out of the game is McFarland.
And that right there is what Cal Poly Pomona did really well against Cal State San Bernardino. They had a season high 114 digs, really shutting down that offensive attack that led to them getting the victory. They haven't been able to do that in this game so far, but if they can find success like they did right there, they're going to have a successful set.
A little bit of a mistiming play, and it kind of broke the rhythm a little bit. So Chaminade now only up 4. They had a 7-point advantage, up 14-7. 4-1 run. Sent through. That is a good dig by Mueller. Sent to the corner, and it's in. Saulala with the kill, 16-11. You can see on this replay, that is a great job by Chaminade to keep the composure.
Just barely finding its way in there.
Inoue with the serve, knuckles it over. Handled pretty well as Duke is on the attack. Burns, Inoue just has to lefty it over. On the attack, deflected and out. 16-12. Broncos trying to force a fourth and a possible fifth set here, as you can see on this replay. Great job by Campion.
And the Broncos looking a lot better than they did in that previous set, kind of shaking it off and getting back to what they did well in that first one.
Pea goes for it. That one is dug out. At the net, though. Colombo's right there. Chaminade still in great position to sweep here. Cal Poly Pomona just trying to get a run going here. Season is on the line as Colombo serves it well. Campion's right there. Back hit. Corti is right there. Burns. Another double hit. And that one was pretty noticeable on that one.
Yeah, I think at this point she might just be in her own head at this point. And that's what's causing her to make these errors. As you see, they're going to sub in their other setter, Alexa Abery, who we've seen multiple times in this game, trying to allow Burns to go sit down, maybe regroup, and get ready to come back to it. She's been playing great, though. 22 assists, diming it up. Just those errors costing her team some points.
Sent through as Pea gets it. And if you're Chaminade here, you can trade points and you'll take away the victory and go into the final. But Zen, you're completely right, though. Sometimes those can get in your head a little bit. Sent back, and Schilling gets the kill, 19-13.
Mueller just unable to get the block. Not exactly who you want right there. Your setter playing that middle blocker role almost, but she has been successful at times, but not right there.
And Chaminade continues to serve well, and at the net again. Malual gets the block. There's going to be a sub on the court here. Emmeline Hudson, the freshman from Alpine, Utah. But Chaminade 5 points away from advancing. Pea with another good serve. And you're not going to necessarily see it on the stat sheet, but Chaminade has really came in control when it came down to serving. But the Broncos now down 6. McFarland back in. Percival's going to serve. Percival, the best server today for the Broncos.
And right there was Caitlin Tucker showing off that block up at the net.
And she gets the ace.
Inoue right there just couldn't decide if she wanted to let it go or not. See her kind of almost hesitate to let it go, but then the last second tried to regain that position to bump it up, but unsuccessful.
We're going to go to a break here. We're in set number 3. Chaminade leads 20-15. They're up 2-0.
Dear college sports,
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
we've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
And welcome back. Semifinal match here between Chaminade and Cal Poly Pomona. Cal Poly Pomona on the ropes here, down 2-0. Chaminade looking to advance in straight sets. If they are able to do so here in this set, it would be the first time all tournament. Good serve by Percival, out of system play. That's exactly what you need if you're Cal Poly Pomona. On the attack, McFarland gets it. So the Broncos are playing for their lives right now. I keep saying that, playing for their collegiate lives. There we go.
Especially Erin McFarland in her senior year right there, getting the kill on that one, trying to keep her personal career alive.
Tapped over, and that was a good dig by Campion. Dug out by Corti. Back over to the freshman, and that's sent back, but out of bounds.
And the question right there is, did that one block off the net, or did it block off the player? I think.
And it did go off of McFarland.
Seems like it just caught her, but unfortunate break right there for Cal Poly.
It's kind of one of those plays that whatever happens, that's what you want to happen in that opposite form. So if she blocks it, it goes in, then you're hoping, okay,
yeah,
it was a block. If it goes out, you're hoping it's not. Tapped back, and that is good placement by the freshman.
And she didn't even flick her hands forward. She didn't wind up or anything. She just let it directly ricochet right off of her and found the perfect spot. She knew it.
Malual, only a freshman, but we can't say enough good things about her play thus far in this tournament. Just showing complete control and poise out there. And you will see some attack airs, but what comes with that is some fantastic hits, as that was a service error by Chaminade there. Up 5 here. Mueller gets the ace. So 22-18, Schilling comes out. Gabriel Pea in the match for the first time here.
Standing right next to her twin sister, Brooklyn, on that back line, too.
Chaminade now 2 points away from taking this third set. Burns is coming in, and I believe she's going to serve, and she is. You got Burns, only one ace, but that doesn't really tell the whole story with her serving today. Cross court over to McFarland, and McFarland sends it through. So Cal Poly Pomona trying to stay alive here. Zhao coming in.
Erin McFarland, 4 kills. Only seen opportunities 9 times, but she's been pretty successful as of late in this set. Let's see if they keep going to her.
Burns, and gets another double hit. That's 6, I believe. For the Conference Player of the Year, very uncharacteristic. But at this point, it's characteristic of this match.
And you wonder what this game would be like without those.
You wonder if Burns wants to maybe switch to a bump set sort of move here.
Yeah,
there's going to be a timeout on the floor. We're going to keep things here.
Yeah, I was going to say at this point, maybe with Burns, she maybe has tried to, correct what she was doing wrong, but she seems to just not be getting it, whatever these officials may be calling. But we'll see how she adjusts. Her team still is up 2-0 and 23-21 in this set, despite Cal Poly putting up a decent fight towards the end right here, scoring 3 straight, forces the timeout.
And if you're Burns here, you definitely come out maybe confused on the first couple, but since then, it has been kind of noticeable. But Coach Holk talking to the Conference Player of the Year.
And not just Conference Player as well, she's a back-to-back Setter of the Year too, so super uncharacteristic for a player of her caliber and talent at that position to make so many errors in one game.
Such a good overall player, though. Although she has struggled with her setting, serving it very well. Kind of reminds everybody has a person on their team that can do everything. And Tia and Dia for Central Washington is one of those players. Callie Heilborn for Western Washington is one of those players.
You think about Sasha Campion on this team, too. Usually all over the place, as well as Katie Mueller, I'd say, too.
Zhao with the good serve. That could be a way of doing it, the one-handed serve. Duke on the attack, deflected right there. That one almost sent through. Sent to the corner. Corti. Cal Poly trying to stay alive, blocked, stayed alive. The bump set over to Colombo, tries to go to middle of the court. Zhao's right there. Cross court to Duke. And that one dug out again, staying alive. And Chaminade now is at match point.
And that long rally right there. If Cal Poly Pomona was to come out of that with the point, you think back to that first set where we had that pancake that kind of saved the long rally for Chaminade, and they were able to come back and win. Could have been a similar story for the Broncos, but unsuccessful.
Duke on the attack, but is blocked and sent back. Pea and Sawala at the net. And for the first time all tournament long, a team has swept. Chaminade is moving on. Congratulations to Cal Poly Pomona on a fantastic season. Best of luck to all the seniors, all the members of the team in general. But for the seniors on their last match of their careers, but Chaminade, the 8th seed, is advancing to the regional championship tomorrow at 7 p.m. here at Weeku Court. And we're going to go over some stats here real quick from the first match of the day.
Yeah, so I mean, just props to the Chaminade Silver Swords. Although it might not show up in, of course, the service aces category, it's their serving that really made the difference. They were putting the Broncos in some difficult positions to keep them alive, and holding the Broncos to a .97 and allowing the Chaminade Silver Swords to outblock, a team that's known for their blocking, and the Broncos is really what made the difference. They were just better in all assets, dishing out the offense. Of course, Colombo with 11 kills did really good, and Schilling out of nowhere with those 9 on a 6:43. They did a great job. Moving on, they're going to face the winner of the match at 7:30 between Central Washington, Cal State LA. So they'll be tuning into that to see who they're going to face for the final and a chance to advance to that Elite 8 in Seattle, Washington.
And if you're a Pac West Conference representative, team member, what this does is it really adds validity to that conference now. Not that they needed a ton of it, always have been a solid conference, but not necessarily a well-represented one at the regional tournament, especially this year being the only member invited, or at least we're in the top 8 as far as rankings are concerned. But that does not matter at this point. Throw the rankings out. Chaminade is going to the finals. In about 41 minutes, we're going to see the second semifinal matchup between Central Washington and Cal State LA. We'll be back.